Okay. Looking good. I need a knife. There we go. What is going on, everybody? Looks like I'm live now. Let's get my light on here. A bit more. There we go. Now we can see me all right. Got our Viking, Michael Martin. What is up? A whole bunch of people in here today. Now this tape. It's something else. Man. All right. Hello in Argentina. What is up? Oh, these are kind of sticky. Let's clean those up before I ever use those. All right. So, as somebody's already alluded to, actually read the video description. Tonight, I am going through all of my parts for my DIY Mark 3S Bear build, and I'm taking a, standard but kind of unusual approach, as this is another one of those builds where I am reusing some of a printer. When I did Megatron, which is the recent project I did, it's the green printer down there, where you can see right there. That was a Folgertech 2020 i3 that I gutted, completely took it apart, used all the extrusion from it. I had to use some 2040, but all the extrusions from that printer. The motors were from that printer. Most everything was. Put it on there and made my own Bear Mark 3S style printer. And it worked out very well. I'm very, very happy with that. The bed, I'm not so happy with. This bed, I am much happier with. This is a different vendor I bought this one from. It's FISEC, and it is way better than that other one there. So I'm actually going to replace that bed or just throw another set of magnets on it. But that's here and there. I have a whole box of printed parts here and some other hardware in here. I have my extrusion already pre-cut, so I went ahead and cut this. This actually, right here, is my AlphaWise U10 3D printer that I received a while ago for review, and it really was not that great of a printer. It required way too much work, way more work than I wanted to put into it. So I kind of decided to retire it, literally cut it apart. And these are all of the 2040 parts for the Bear. Now, again, Megatron was built using all 2020, and I adapted some of the Bear parts and just the way the Bear is built when we custom built some of those parts in order to make Megatron work. We're going to use straight up Bear parts for 2040 extrusion for this one. And again, I didn't want to buy a kit because they're like, I don't know, a decent set of extrusion, like 80 bucks. I wanted to reuse, and it's okay if there's a couple extra holes, which I think there might be 1 or 2 extra holes in here somewhere, but that does not bug me in the slightest because that saves me $90. So that's the frame there. I did get my Z motors. They literally just came in. I got them on Friday, actually. So these are the two 34 millimeter, 200, or I guess they're 350 mil high motors for that. I have the NZ board. So I ordered this in March, like way before I got into the BLV or Megatron. I ordered this a long time ago. I should have went with an SKR and went with an SKR Bear instead of an NZ Bear. They work. It's just I could have saved. This was like $75. I could have saved like 50 bucks going with an SKR instead of going with this route. But I decided to go this route. I've got the screen here, which should be the right screen. Yeah, so it's the low profile screen, so you can tell with the knob is not too high, and the Prusa uses the low profile knobs on their screens. It also has the small potentiometer there for, let's switch this other screen, might make things a little bit easier. Oh, that's not on. Hang on. Turn on. Oh, that cable's not in that. Hang on a second. I forgot I used the cable. I was playing with the Raspberry Pi 4. I used the cable for that, and I totally forgot to plug it back in. So we're just going to do like this into the HDMI. And this cable up over the monitors. Into the Camlink 4K. And now I've got that. Okay, so anyways, these slim ones have a very, very small potentiometer there for the contrast. On normal screens, you've got a very, very tall potentiometer, and the Prusa arms that go on the LCD screen don't actually fit. You have to actually cut it out. I had to do that for my other build. LDO sent me a proper screen, so I was able to do that. But this one will have a proper screen right out to boot. Comes with a little ghetto knob and one of those Sanguino adapter plates, which we don't need either of those. We are going to need the cabling here for it. We've got that. And I guess I'll just push that stuff back in this bag. I do also have the build guide up from Prusa because I'm going to need to cut down some aluminum rods for the linear rails. I did order some in because I didn't have enough, and I'm hoping I will. So these ones are the 372 mil. So the longest ones, I believe, are for the Z. I believe these ones are. So I'll have to verify that because I need 330 for the Y. So we'll have to measure out some more smooth rods here in a few minutes. Oh, we got chat going there. This is going to be the Bear 2.0 because I already printed it, and the differences from the Bear 2.0 to the 2.1 are super minor, and it's not going to affect build whatsoever. Cool, Tim, come hang out, build your printer, and chat with me. Oh, yeah, I know how to do that, Naim. So what else do we have? I also got a shipment from Ziltech, and I went ahead and ordered a bunch of brand new LM8UU bearings. So I've got a full set of bearings for everything. I don't know how the quality of those are going to be. I'm hoping they're going to be decent. The ones I've gotten from AliExpress do have a bit of wiggle on them when using the 8mm rods from AliExpress. I do have some Triangle Labs IKO bearings. So those are like clones of the really good ones. There's Off Axis. What's up, man? And I'm hoping those will be all right. I only ordered a few from Triangle Labs. I want to see how they are. I think they're $3 or maybe $4. And if you get like the Mussolini ones, they are like, I don't know, $9, something like that. They're really expensive. I also have a 24-volt heater here for the Hotend. So I've got the heater taken care of. I've got belt, and I just ordered a belt and pulley kit from Ziltech. So it has all the 20 tooth pulleys I'm gonna need for the build and extra. So I just needed to get some more because I've been using them so much. Oh, again, here's the bed. I showed this off, I think, last night on the stream, and this one, it holds really, really well. So I'm excited. I'm hoping that when this gets up to temp for PETG or polycarbonate, it's not going to lose its magnetism, because a lot of magnets are only rated to 80C, and unless you have proper high temp magnets, they will lose that at 80C. So the bed looks good, but we're going to see. The other thing that this one, so Megatron has, is the Megatron says Original Prusa i3 Mark III by Joseph Prusa right here. This one you see does not have that. It is just a MK52 bed. It does say it was designed by Michael Prusa and Joseph Prusa, and it has everything else on the back is the same. It just doesn't say that it's an Original Prusa i3 on the front, which I like. It's an MK52 bed, but I didn't want it to say that because this is not a clone of my Prusa build. It's that. I did also get one of the Prusa style power supplies. This one does have Power Panic. I wanted to, since I did get the NZ board, I wanted to keep that functionality. I love when my power goes out and I don't lose a print. So this one is toggleable, so you can go from 110 to 220, which is really good. But I will have power panic in this machine. Sorry, there's more chat than I thought was going on. 70 watt heater. Yeah, there's no reason for a 70 watt heater. I do not, Jim, I do not want to do linear rails on this one. Maybe one day I will, but I'm doing the BLV MGN Cube, which is all MGN. I think they're 9s. But maybe for a future build, maybe if I revamp Megatron when I do Optimus Prime, maybe I could look at doing something like that. So I did have motors in here, but I don't need all of them. So I did have these slated for Z. Well, I put a little piece of gaffer tape and some markings on there. So because I didn't have these, I didn't know if I was going to get them. I did. So I don't need these anymore for the Z-axis. I do have an extruder motor. I do have an X-axis motor here. And I do have a Y-axis motor. My only problem is this one's not black. And these motors are shorter. So I'm not sure what the torque rating on these are, because I would much rather put a shorter motor on E and then put one of these other black motors on Y. So I think I'm going to give that a shot. I'm going to switch these around. I think it'll still be okay, but it will just make the carriage a smidgen lighter. So we'll do that, and then we're going to get another piece of tape here, and we'll label this one as Y. And I won't need to use this motor. I'm being a little bit picky about the color of the motors, but I want it to look good as best I can, I guess, right? All right, so we're just going to call this one the Y motor. Y. All right, so we have X, Y, and E. 2 Z motors here. That is good to go. Press down just a smidge more. See the rest of the parts here. Hey, Llama, what's up, dude? I am not buying Mosquito. That's a little too rich for my blood. Sorry. Do not want to buy that. So all of these printed parts here are in polycarbonate carbon fiber, and they came out pretty good. They're very lightweight. They're super strong. But I do have cleanup I need to do. So if you look, they're pretty good. I mean, again, these on the Mark 3S, but I did have from the carbon fiber a little bit of boogering on there. And I've heard two things. Some people said it's because it's carbon fiber. Some people said, which talking to Chris last night actually on one of the other live streams, he told me it is because of some of the travel moves of Prusa Slicer. So, I mean, there's nothing really I can do about it. Turn a little more this way. There we go. So it's just, I just have to do some cleanup on these parts, but I have all of these parts, and then I didn't get any of the 90-degree plates in yet. So I went ahead and printed out, I had some white polycarbonate laying around. So I went ahead and printed out some, I think these are 100% infill polycarbonate 90-degree joining plates. So I have a bunch of those in here. Some people do build without it, but I think I'll build with it. I can't see any reason why not to, but these polycarbonate parts will give me the necessary stability until the aluminum parts come in, which who the heck knows when that's going to be. But yeah, I mean, I think the parts came out really well. There's a few little things here and there, but I'm not terribly concerned about it. I did reprint some of these because this one didn't come out so hot. It's got a little bit of boogery down there, and this one came out, nearly perfect. So I think this is after I dried it, because I think I did forget to dry it a bit first. But yeah, so that is, actually no, that's the Prusa parts. These are the Bear parts. That's the difference there. These are 2 Prusa parts. So these I don't even need, because they're Prusa parts. These ones are Bears. The LCD screen came out all right. I thought about customizing. This still needs to be washed. There's a little bit of glue stick on there still. So I do need to just wipe these down. And again, just pick off the boogers. The support material is still inside this one for the LCD and for the SD card slot. But yeah, I was happy with how all of this stuff printed. I did also do the specific Bear parts, which they have the end caps for the 2040. I had the little Bear guy in there, so that was cool. And I did get in the, I think it was an M5, yeah, M5, what is it called, set screws that uses those. And it needs a bunch of washers as well, so that's all in here. I did get, for the, here, I did get some of the NZ connectors. I think I need this for this and for another part. The bed. Yeah, the bed. The bed's fine. The bed's good with that one. But it's just, this is the only thing I needed. But it came in 2-pack, so whatever. I've got that. I did buy some extra of the Palm or Drylin lead screw nuts, but these came with them, so that works out for me. I'm pretty sure they're the same size. I might want to compare that real quick, because these motors are specifically made for Mark IIIs or the Mark III clones. That's why one lead is very long, because it's on the far side of the printer. Like this one is real long, and the lead on this one is super short. It's not even as tall as the motor. It's not even as tall as the shaft. Yeah, it's really, really short for that. Robert, what's up, man? The carbon fiber will be much, much stronger than PETG. And these are identical, so that's good to know. Yeah, no differences there at all. So, just if I ever need another set of Prusa ones, because I did actually need them for Megatron, I didn't have them, I had to print adapter plates. I will have these, so this will end up going in the lead screw nut drawer for whenever I need those. I'm not really going to pull out all of the fasteners that I need. I'm just going to pull out my box of M3s and just have that here for whatever I need. I can just pull from there. I did order a bunch of black M4s and M5s and M3s for this build, so I can use all black hardware. That's kind of a goal of mine, is to do that. See what else. That's it for all the printed parts. Again, everything's here. Just everything needs to be rounded off. Just to clear off any of the glue stick that was on these, and to just go ahead and get off any of the boogers. Like this one came out really, really good. Focus on there, focus on there. Like this one came out really nice. Again, these aren't Chris Warkocki prints, but hey, I can't, that dude prints on another level. I can't compete with that, and that's okay. I'm perfectly all right with admitting that he prints better than I do. So let's get these motors put back in here, and we're going to go into my 3D printing tackle box here and pull out a lot of other bits and bobs that we're going to need for this build. So these motors fit in here nicely. We got that. We've got the heater cartridge. We're going to have to get a hot end together here. So I love these IKEA bins. I recommend them to anybody who is doing a lot of projects, because they are so awesome to store all of your stuff. And I have a stack of them here of all the different projects, or like this top one here, you can barely see it right here, is all power supplies. So it's 24 volt, 12 volt, 5 volt, LCD power, LED power supplies for 3D printers, brick power supplies for LEDs, all kinds there. Good night. Love you. My older 2 kids are going to bed now. Good night. See you later. See you in the morning. Okay, so we are going to need some, so I have right here pair of Bondtech gears. These are the Windsock ones off Amazon. These ones I found to be really, really good. I've used these on a few printers, and they worked out really well so far. So we're going to need a set of those. And I did also recently get in one of the new IR sensors. It's really hard to see inside this Mylar bag. But there it is. That's the IR sensor and cable for the filament sensor on here. And then I need a set of this here. So I've got, I don't need to worry about these screws. I need this M2.5. So for that filament sensor, it uses a little lever arm that will trigger the IR signal. See if I can get this out. And it utilizes 2 of these small magnets, and it uses a little ball bearing as well to pull it together. And it is secured in with a 10 millimeter 2.5 M2.5 bolt. So I can just put these right here, and that screw is not magnetized. I did, of course, I just threw away the little baggie that I had for another one, so I don't have anywhere to keep that. But I think just in here, the box, that'll be all right. I do have a bunch of other Bondtech gears that I've kind of been acquiring as I see them. Get a couple more just to have around. And I do have 2 more sets of magnets and ball bearings just in case something happens with the one that I have. I will have some extra sets around. I'm actually using the magnets on Megatron's bed right now to try and make it a little more stronger. And it seems to be working out okay. Let's go back to chat real quick. Yeah, this is a MK3S Bear from scratch. Sourced all the parts and things like that. One day, Brandon. One day I can only hope. But he prints for money, and I don't. And most of my prints come out as flawless as they honestly can. But again, no one's buying what I'm printing, and I think what I print is perfectly acceptable for quality prints if someone needed them. I mean, honestly, these are good prints. You know, again, they're not as good as Chris, not by a long shot, but these are good prints. Like I would be happy to sell these parts to somebody if someone ordered these polycarbonate carbon fiber parts from me or any other PLA parts. I'd be happy with selling these. I think it's a good quality. After a little bit of cleanup from the boogering, they're good quality prints. Maybe everybody doesn't think that way, but I do. So I don't need any stepper drivers for this. I have my sensor, and I have all the bearings I need except for, I'm going to need a, what is he using on the, I have to go over here to the doohickey, his build guide, and I do just need to double check on the idler. There's no idler bearings in here, I don't think. These are all pulleys. Yeah, these are all pulleys. So I need to get out some idler bearings. What is DePrusha using? He is using, where's the Y idler? It's just a, let me get my idler bearings out, and we'll get out a 21. Here we go. So I have my idler bearings here. I'll need 2 of these non-toothed ones because I don't think I have, are these 20s? Yeah, we'll go with flats. I could use toothed. I guess I could use toothed. I don't know, what do you guys think? Toothed or smooth? What to go with there? Because I think I'm using a tooth bearing in Megatron, and I'm using smooth ones on my Mark 3S clone. So I've done both. I mean, there's 4X wires get big about whether it's teeth to teeth. So if your teeth are in towards the bearing, they should be going into a tooth bearing. If the back of the belt is on the bearing, you should be using smooth bearings. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and use the tooth ones. I used them before, so put 2 of those in there. I need one for X and Y. I'll put these 2 smooth ones back now. We've got those. I do not have my Pinda probe in yet. I'm waiting for that to come in. That should be here any day. So that takes care of those bearings. I have belts, pulleys, motors. I have all the hardware. Yeah, we don't have the, I mean, I do have some 12mm probes, but I need the Pinda probe specifically unless I reprint that part. But I think I'm almost out of polycarbonate carbon fiber, so might order another roll. It is $50 a roll though. Like it is it's not cheap stuff. Don't need anything else in there. Let's do smooth rods. So let's figure out the length. So I do need, this is done. If you don't have one of these, it's like kind of like a kid toy, but you just write on it and then you hit the button and it erases. This thing is amazing. So we need 330 for the Y. I don't know the lengths off the top of my head, so I got to go through the manual here and look it up myself. Let's do X-axis and Z assembly. So X-axis is calling for the 3mm NIAM for M3s. 370. Okay, so these are the 370s for the X-axis. So the 370 is for X. So now I need to see what does the Z-axis need. Okay, so there's where the lead screws are in, and then, oh, it doesn't say. 320. Okay, so we need 320 for Z. So X, we're gonna give that a big check mark or slice through it. I got that one. That's these right here. So let me see what's down in the bin, and then I will work on cutting those down tomorrow with the Dremel, and then I will have all the smooth rods that I need. Yeah, again, Gunner, it's if you, the Core XY groups go crazy about the way that the orientation should be and things like that. So it's just, it's a bit insane. Let's see here. I need the down here. Go into here. Should be, or did I still have them out? I just had them out the other day, and I can't remember if I had them out or I put them away. That is the question of the day. That really rhymed. That was not intentional at all. I'm going to pull this whole thing open here. Again, IKEA bins and maker boxes that I have not done yet. Let's see here. So the 10 mils. Well, I had 3 more rods somewhere. That's a 6 mil. It's this one. This is an 8, but it is stupid short. It's 300. It's too short because I need 320 and 330s. So, where did those other smooth rods go? Put them in this bin. I also have a bin here still to sort out from when I took the 2020 the Forgetech 2020 i3 apart. I have not finished going through that bin yet. This is what happens when you don't put things away when you should have. So oh, just because they use it doesn't mean it's right, Niam. Which has been criticized for lots of different things. Underneath this bin? Nope. Oh, look, an M3 nut. This bin. Oy vey. What did I do with it? I know I had more here. This is kind of why I wanted to do this, is because I also just remembered that I put the y-axis on Megatron. So I don't have a Y carriage for this. So I'm going to have to order that. That's going to delay this a bit. I mean, I can do part of the build still. I mean, I can still do the frame. Can still do mount the motors and the idlers and the z-axis and all that stuff and just add the Y later. But I also don't think I have enough smooth rods. So I'm having issues finding these other. I know I have 3 rods here, but I don't know if they're long enough for either of these. I think one was too short because it was an offcut from a really long one that I had. Or I could, because I do have 10 mils that are way too long, I could upgrade the y-axis to 10 millimeter. That's a strong possibility, right? Because these were extra ones that I had from the Hypercube. So I put 10 mils on the Hypercube, and those are left over from that. So I bought extra. I was going to do 10 mil on the x-axis for the Hypercube, but I ended up going with carbon fiber. So, hey Darren. Yeah, this is a new build. All right, so these smooth rods are not in here. Wait, what's this one? Oh, is that short one I just threw in? Yeah, it's that I just threw in. All right, so they're not in the big bin of 3D printing parts, which is not great. And they're not in, again, this is all power supplies for various things. I'll put these back here. So I don't need these right now. And I swear they were here somewhere. Where did they go? I didn't use them. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't use them. Because they were just here. I also have kids who are bloody... Oh, there they are. I just had to change my perspective. See, I know I had some left here. So this one I think is another 300. Yeah, okay, this one is too short. And then I do have these, which are 385s. So these I could cut down. And these I could cut down if I switch to 10 millimeter. Let's see if I have 10 millimeter bearings. LM6, LM8, LM10s. I've got 4 LM10s. So, did someone make a 10 millimeter bearing holder for the Bear? So I know I used his I did download the bearing mounts. Oh, there's the MGN12 linear rail mod. If I had some linear rails, I wouldn't need a Y carriage then. That would be sick. If anybody knows the thing number for the 10 mil stuff, I would appreciate the thing number. I will look through here real quick. See what I can find. New subscriber. Hello, hello. Limitless rod holders. No, I need. I guess I can also search Thingiverse and see if that works. If we just do Bear 10 millimeter. There's a CR10 conversion to a Prusa style. That's pretty cool. Wad Y-axis 10 millimeter rod holders. That's what I need. If that ever loads. I also could go up here to, where's the optional parts? Upgrade. He has a whole list of optional parts, which I think is where I got the holders from. Just move it back here. Half upgrade. Frame, blah, blah. Full upgrade page. Optional parts. There we go. Let's see here. So, Y-axis bearing holders. Okay, remixes. LM8s. Why did you remix them? Oh, he mixed them for I just ones. This guy's thing isn't even fully loading. Because he got SolidWorks files in here. That might be why. So I would need Y rod holders, and I would still need, what if we search Prusa 10 millimeter? Those feet are awesome. Let's see. I need 10 millimeter bearing holders for the bottom. 10 millimeter bearing holder. Yeah, so search for the whole 10 millimeter bearing holder. This has 10 millimeter Z and X with linear rods. Martin, I'm looking for 10 millimeter bed bearing holders. Because I have a 10 millimeter rods here. So upgrading the Y to 10 is fine. Doesn't add any weight, which is nice, but I might just have to take the bare ones and design them, which I don't want to do. I'd love to just have something that I could just print real quick and go from there. Doesn't the Zarbio use 10 mil for their Y-axis? I had to go rewatch Maker Noob's video. What if I just do 10 millimeter bearing holder? Yeah, there's those, but they don't have the. I need to have the Prusa style mounting holes. For the Y carriage. This might be a design thing, or this might be a look later thing. But we need to do 10mm Y bearing holders. Again, if I do that, I wonder, do they sell the bed on Amazon? Where's their Y carriage? If I could spell carriage. They've got the bed on here on Amazon, but not the carriage. What if I search MK3 Y carriage? There's a shot in the dark if Amazon had it. I know I can get off AliExpress. Hey, here's one. That's 53 bucks. Oof. Oof. It's a bit more than I was anticipating. What does AliExpress have to say? Don't bite me. Bugs are brutal right now. So MK3Y carriage. Yeah, they're like 20 bucks on here. But it's gonna take forever to get. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get. So let's do free shipping. Do I get anything? I still got anything. Let's go lowest price. That's really cheap. 15 bucks. It cannot be that cheap. Oh, I'm getting white too. Aluminum composite Y carriage. See, I did order. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be. That's not gonna be the right thing. I think that's gonna be any good. Aluminum composite. It's a $20 mark here. Carriage plate only. 22. Aluminum Y carriage. The problem with, I got one from a guy in the UK when I originally was building the Prusa Mark 3S clone, and all of the holes were oversized or undersized, I think. So everything was wrong. All the sizing was wrong. Is that the same bed, Brandon? The MK3 Mini? Not sure what you're asking there. Yeah, I'm not spending $53 on the bed. Sorry. I wonder if the Prusa shop. They on Prusa shop website. It takes so long to load. I need to. Oh, I'm signed in. Okay, so spare parts maybe. Oh, it's for the Mini. Oh, my man. Thanks for catching in. This is just an MK3 one, so this should be fine. Prusa ships really fast. So, I mean, I already ordered a Pinda from him. That's the Pinda I'm going to be using. I did order another Pinda 2 probe from Printed Solid because I thought mine on the Mark III had died, but I just had to lower it down a bit. Yeah, he's got the whole frame for 87. I don't need just the frame. I just need the bed. Give me a good price on the bed and I'll buy it. $30. It's cheaper than Amazon. they ship stuff pretty quick still, so maybe I'll just order a bed from them. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll order a bed from him. I did want to order another spring steel sheet, so I can order the spring steel sheet and some more PTFE. I don't need another Pinda. I already ordered that one. I don't know why it's still in the cart though. I already ordered that. Eduardo, what's up? So what would my shipping look like for this? Because I might go ahead and throw some filament in if it's going to be worth the shipping. I like the Prussian filament. I still have one roll left, I think. I used the other one up. It's all gone. 12 bucks for shipping. I can do that. I can do that. Get the spring steel sheet because I wanted another one. The double-sided PEI one. I wanted another one of those. Maybe I'll throw in a another one too. All right, I think I'll go with that. Instead of waiting the who knows how long from AliExpress, I'll just order another bed from Prussia and call that a day. And Amazon. I wonder if I can get some more 8mm smooth rods, 500s. I wonder if I can do it for 3. What if someone sells a kit on here for it? Or it's just I need 330 mil. Or somebody has them already cut. Pack of 2 for 10 bucks. Already cut the length. And then I need 320 mil. Well, I've got these other ones I can cut down. So that's not really needed. But if they're way cheaper, I would go with that. $5 from Amazon, it's not too bad. Single one for, I say it's $1.60 an item. That's not right. It's not right at all. And it's prime shipping, so that's good. And that is good. Maybe I'll do that. Since I can't put the wide carriage on anyways, might as well just do X and Z, order in the bearings or the smooth rods, and then I'm already have to order the carriage, the Y carriage, and I can do all the Y at the end there. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think I'll do that. Go ahead and order these ones. Yeah, I think we'll do that one. So let's just add that to cart real quick. And did I close the Prussian shop? I did, shoot. No, I did, it's on the other window. I still got it there. Okay. So I know I need those. So we'll put the 10 mil back. We'll save these for another project. Who knows? I might use these someplace else. But I know I'm not going to use them here. So I will just need to cut these down to 320. So use my pink gaffer's tape. This over. And these are 370. For the X. What are we doing up here? So mark it all out, what I need. And then I'm going to cut these ones down to 320. And 320 is for the Z axis. Flag. 320 for Z axis. All right, so those will get put down. Put these other 10 mils away. I was close. I mean, I do have 2 more rods. They're just 20 millimeters too short. And I don't have anyone anywhere else that I could even steal, I don't think, because all the enders and the A10, I mean, I could steal parts off the A10 if I need, but it uses all V-slot and it's all wheels. None of them use smooth rods. So like no printers really do. All my printers do, but none of like all the super cheap China ones all use V-slot. None of them will use smooth rods. L making, what's up? So at least I know I need that. But I do have the bearings for it. Once those come in, I do have the holders for 8 mil. Which are these right here. It is a tight fit. Get those in there. So let's hope that they work out okay, right? They'll fit. It's just gonna be tight. All right, what else do we need? So I'm just gonna look at my Mark III. We've got, oh, we need fans. Fans. So actually, I don't know if I still have the fans that I need, because I need, that was loud. That was loud. My apologies for that. Let me pick up the box that I just placed the smooth rods on. So in here, okay, I do have, this is my last one. So I do have a Sunon maglev 5 volt for the, let's go here. So Sunon maglev, so this is what I'm using on the clone Prusa, because it's a way better fan than the Noctua that they're using. Moves more air, it's quieter. But this is the 5 volt cooling fan for the Hotend. So I do have that. I do not, though, have any more of the 5 volts. Let's cross this out here. We don't need this anymore. I do need the 5 volt part cooling fan. That is a 5015. I will look where I bought the ones that I got before, because I used one on the clone. I bought 2. I used one on the clone, and I bought 2, so I had a spare, which I ended up needing on the Mark III's original one, because that one died. I ended up having it air it out on me, because it does self-checks, and when it can't turn that fan on, it just will stop printing pretty much. So I had to basically, just in order to save my print, which I was printing these parts, take off the old one, put the new one on as it was paused, swap the cable connection, just zip tie it. So this week when I was working on the Mark III's, I finally bundled all that up. But I am going to need that fan. I do need the cable wrap. I don't have any of the cable wrap yet. I thought I ordered some extra cable wrap, and I thought I still had some, but that is going to be a negative. What's in here? Oh, 12 volt 5015 fans. This one here too. Yeah, another 12 volt. I mean, I could cheat and just use a step down converter to 5 volts for these, but I'll just buy. That won't work because it needs the 3-pin. Otherwise, the configuration, when it does the checking, and because it monitors the yellow cable, which is the RPM basically, it monitors that cable. So you have to have a 3-pin for the NZ board. If I was using SKR board, this would not be a problem. See, I should have just went with an SKR board, but I didn't know any better because I didn't start this. I bought these parts before I started playing with SKR boards. That would have saved me money and parts, because I have all the fans I need for that. But cable wrap, 5 volt part cooling fan, we need that. Let's get an extruder together. So, or I should say, let's get a Hotend together. So we're going to open up my Clone V6 parts here. I do have the, nope, it's in the parts. Here they are. So I did recently get some proper heat sinks. These are windsock ones. So I will have this, and I have a whole other assembly here. Let's use this one. This is one I just got. Actually came with a really nice, the heat sock that came for it was pretty impressive, to be honest with you. But we'll go ahead and use this setup here. I mean, it comes with everything. It comes with 2 of the PTFE little clips that go right into the top. So it just gets pushed down into here. And that's a retaining clip for your PTFE tube. It gives you 2 of the little tiny clips that basically keep that all secure. That goes on there. Then we've got, it's a full-size E3D heater, which is also really nice. And this does use a, let me make sure I have a thermistor for this. I think I do. I do right here. I've got a thermistor. It uses the newer, what are these called? I forget what the style they call these thermistors. But it uses one of their newer style thermistors. It's a all metal throat on here. We just got a standard 0.4 millimeter nozzle on here, not all metal. I can do that later. But put that in, quarter turn, throat's in there, and then what is it? Is it this one? Or is it this one here? And then what I'll do is I'll come back as I'll throw some thermal paste on the threads when I do the final assembly of that. So there we have our hot end, and I do in fact have a PTFE insert here. I can fit in, maybe. Oh man, it's tight. So I have the PTFE insert that is a specific height. This is some extra ones I got because the Mark III comes with a few. And I think I also might have ordered some, but I cut some as well. But this is an original Prusa part. So there is the hot end there. Again, I already have a 24-volt heater for that. Put these spare parts back in there. But the quality of that is pretty good. And I can go ahead and throw a heat sock straight on there. And these heat socks are made for the can't remember what they're cartridge style. Jesse, thank you, buddy, for the cartridge style. It fits. This is an original E3D heat sock. I just got these in like 2 weeks ago, I think. I'm a big fan of heat socks. So also with the Prusas, if you don't have a heat sock on, you're gonna melt your part cooling fan because it's so close. So I'm hoping the throat that came in this one is decent because I've had some issues with some other ones that I have with stringing. And once I've swapped out the throat, things have gotten way better. So we can put that in there and pick up all this stuff now that I just dropped. One other thing, another. So I have 2 bins. I have clone V6 parts and I have E3D parts. So I have my original stuff and my clone stuff separate because I do use original parts for a lot of different E3Ds, but on a lot of printers I use the clones. They work out just fine. But for some reason, Megatron and the way that Prusa uses the E3D hot ends, I have not had good success with clones. I've had to go ahead and put in originals or lights in order to get them to work better. Once I've done that, things are good. I do have an extra 24-volt heater and cartridge style thermistor. So I'm going to throw these in here just in case I was to need those. I'll have the extra cartridge because this is an actual E3D cartridge. I could use the one that came with that hot end, which maybe I will do that. I'll just use the one that came with that hot end. Same. But we'll see how all that goes. All right, so we've got a hot end. We need to order cable wrap the fan, Y carriage, and the linear and the smooth rods. Ordering those. Cut the 320s. We've got power supply. All the fans we need. We've got a board. Motors. All the printed parts are done. We've got a heated bed. I've got tons of different heat plates that I can use. I mean, I've got this is a BuildTak double-sided with BuildTak PEI and BuildTak on the back. Clearly, I've only used this to level. I've never actually printed on the BuildTak one. Not a huge fan of it. This is Subtle Designs powder-coated sheet, and it is great, but I tore the living god out of it with polycarbonate. Polycarbonate stuck to it very well, like too well, and I pulled some of that off. But this prints well for PLA or PETG, and PETG really likes texture. PLA sometimes does, but man, everything sticks to that plate well. I'm waiting for the pandemic to be over so that I can buy some more from him. He sent that to me a while ago, and I used it nonstop, and it's just getting really rough shape now. Let's see, what else? Anybody think of anything that I'm missing? I'm going to need motor wires. Let's get out some motor wires while we're going through parts. So, I have a fairly short Y-axis one here, so we can use this for Y. These have them integrated, so that's no problem. I need an E, and I need an X. And this actually could be for X too. X doesn't really need to be that long because of how it connects to the electronics enclosure. It's not that bad, but let me look down here. So again, this is another evening I need to do. That was last night's snack. I need to put all of these parts away, and I need to take that glass off so I don't cut myself. Come on. So here's another short one. Might work out for X. And I need a long one for, I'm sorry, that'll work out for X. I need a long one for the extruder, which I don't think I have in here because I might have chopped them all up. I needed to make longer cables I need to make adapters for the MGN cube and for Megatron. So I ended up cutting a whole bunch of motor cables up so that I could take the ends off of them. But here's a long one. Yeah, this will work out for the extruder. This will be plenty long for the extruder then. But yeah, this is, I do have one. See what you mean? I just bought more of these. I need this for work on the Mega Zero. So don't fall, please. Put that with the Mega Zero. PTFE tube is not a need. And then I got more PTFE tube here. Easy ABL probes, which I like, but they're just too big for my current projects. Too big for the way I'm instituting my bed leveling systems. I need to get the new ones, which are tiny and usable. Big ones are hard to use now. Oh, look, we got a whole stack of zip ties here. We're going to need zip ties. Let's put that in there too. All right, so we've got the cabling sorted out. Heated bed already has soldered on cables, so that's done. I might reheat and solder those down again. Frame. Corner brackets. How many corner brackets do I need? Thanks, Jesse. I'm really trying, man. I try really hard to keep things organized as best I can. That's the wrong one. Where's the... Bill materials, here we go. So the 90-degree joining plates, again, I printed all of those. The black angle corners That was almost a bad one. 4 of those. I don't know if I put those in here or not. Oh, I did. Yeah. So these are 2028. So 2028, for anybody who doesn't know, they are 20 millimeters wide, the same as extrusion, but they are 28 millimeters long. And all that does is that gives you a longer holding force on your extrusion. 2020s are just 8 millimeters shorter. They're just smaller, but I like the 2028s better. I feel like I get a better hold. I've used them on everything. The Hypercube is using all of these. Megatron is using these. The BLV MGN came with 2020s, and I wasn't a huge fan of that, but that's what it came with, so I'm just going to let that happen. But it's also using like 80 of them on there. It's using a lot. So I'm going to eat me a Swedish fish now. All right, forgot the frame parts there. Again, I just got in, where are they at here? My M5 T-nuts, M5 T-nuts, and M5 nuts. Got tons of those in. And again, I just organized all of my hardware, so I have plenty of M5 and M4. Yeah, because you need, where am I at here? 89 M5 T-nuts, 12 8 millimeter low profile, so button head, 8 millimeter M5s, and then 63 10 millimeter button heads, which I have those as well. I need M5 12 millimeters button heads, got those. Self-tapping M5s I don't have, but I don't think I will end up using those because it's not really needed for the build. I think it's honestly optional, but I do not have those. I do have an M5 tap though, but either way, this profile, actually this profile might be small enough in order to tap. I think this profile is, because this is from AlphaWise and the Crowdies, so they do have the smaller there. I do have my M5 tap, so if I need to tap any of these, I can do that and just use regular M5 machine screws. I don't need to have self-tapping ones. Dan, what's up, dude? Jesse, it is not easy, to say the least. This is why I have so many of these IKEA bins. I don't have a lot of space, so trying to keep organized is, I mean, the BLV has a smaller one of these bins with all the last parts I have for it sitting on its heated bed, or sitting on its bed. When I was working on Megatron, once I got down to the last bits, the bin sat with the printer. Normally when I don't have a printer printing it, I'm working on it, I will keep the parts in a small bin. So one of, where's a small one? This was the one for Megatron. These are 5 liter or 1 gallon IKEA bins, and I will just keep this with all the parts in it with that printer at all times. When I go to work on that printer, I get this bin out with the printer, put it on my table when I work on it. I try to put everything back in the bin when I'm done working. So whatever's left over, back in the bin with the printer. It works out really well that way, and these are small enough that they can easily fit on the printer, on the bed, and not like fall off or be too large. This big one is way too big. This is 2 of these are 10 gallon, or 2 gallon, I guess. They're 10 liters. Yeah, because these are 5 liters. Yeah, so these 10 liter ones do not fit on the printer. So it's not a huge deal, but I do really try. So I appreciate when people do actually see that. Oh, and I do have the cutting guide if I need it for the PTFE. I did print this out of the polycarbonate PETG. I don't know why. It was like the dumbest thing I've ever done. But yeah, that was a huge waste of filament. Like, this is literally like 50 cents or $1, where it could have been like pennies. I don't know why I printed that way, but it works out well. I did use this for Megatron when I was cutting the PTFE tube for that, so I can't really complain. That worked out well. Although I will note though that you can't use, well, I could not get the what was it called? Capricorn. So Capricorn tubing, OD of it is too small. You can't actually chamfer it down using this tool to Prusa spec, which is 60 degrees. It says on the back right there, if it focuses properly, come on, focus on my hand. There we go, 60 degrees. And it is 50 millimeters long right there. So yeah, the Capricorn tube, the OD is too small. I think it's 3.9 millimeters and not 4, which is why people have it like slip out of their Creality, because Creality doesn't use good PTFE push fittings and they slip out all the time. But I did notice that I was going to use Capricorn because it's higher temperature. Didn't work at all. So I had to use the El Cheapo PTFE tube, and that shaved down, cut down very nicely and very easily. Where did I get the Enzy? I got the Enzy off of AliExpress from FiSec, and I believe it was 70. That's why I'm like pinching myself now, because I should have went with an SKR, but I didn't know about SKRs back in March. I really didn't. Let me look here real quick. So AliExpress Enzy board. I spelled that wrong. EINSY. There we go. Yeah, so Triangle has ones for 75. FiSec. This is the one I bought here. Yeah, 73 is what it was. So I think you can buy the original one for 100, I think it is. I mean, I saved 25 from that, but yeah. An SKR would have saved me 50 bucks. I guess like 30 after you buy the 2209s for it in order to get sensorless homing. But I am using, so I bought this board twice now. This is the exact same board from the exact same vendor that is in the MK3S clone down here. The exact same one. I should have been that way. That one right there, the red one, in the Protopasta red. Same board. So no issues with it. I am happy with it. Only thing is, I don't know if it's because of the bed that I'm using, but it fails calibration because I'm not using original Prusa beds. I don't know if that is, I'm using, but see, that's one thing. I think it might be a board issue. I'm using a Prusa Pinda on here, and I'm using a Prusa bed on here, and it still fails calibration. So that is one issue I do have. So I have to run I think Pollyanna, I forget her name. She's in my Discord. We usually chat via email, but she has a custom firmware that she runs, and she's able to compile it. I am not able to compile from the source code the Marlin firmware for Prusas. I don't know why. Maybe I'll give it a try now that I reformatted my computer, and that was like, what, a year and a half ago I tried doing that, a year ago. But the last version she gave me, I think, was 3.7.2 or 3.7.1. I do not have 3.9.1 or 3.9, whatever's out right now. I think 3.9.0 is what's out right now. I do not have that on the clone yet, but I do need to try and figure that out. But otherwise, the board's fine. It just doesn't pass that calibration. And what she had to do was change up the sensor value to make it a little more wider, because I think it's 50 by default on the original Prusa, and I think on mine it's 65. So it doesn't have to have such a strong connection to these little probe points right here. Again, I don't even know if these are actual probe points in this. It looks like they are. They don't look like they have heat traces in them. But the Pinda keys off of these probe points. And again, I just had to increase the tolerance, basically making it a little looser at 65 versus 50. And then I was able to get the printer to calibrate on its own. Only issue I've had with that other one. Oh, Alan was just saying, yeah, double check that. I don't know. I mean, again, I bought this. I have no idea if it's going to work out or not. I really hope it does, because it'll be a pretty big bust if it doesn't, to be honest. But I also don't really know how I could check them. I mean, you can see they don't have, you can see the traces. The traces don't go through there, so there is something there that's different. But I don't know how to tell what it is. I have no idea. If you know a way to check that, then I would love to know how you check that. Dan, how's your hypercube coming, man? But anyway, we'll say if I was to do this again, knowing what I know now, I would go with an SKR instead of the NZ. But I already bought it. It's water under the bridge at this point. I'm not going to return it. I've already printed the parts for it. I already have all the parts for it. You would say if you're going to do a scratch build like this, which maybe I'll do another one. I mean, basically it's big as Natron though, but I could do another one that's an SKR Bear, and go with an SKR 1.4. Don't have the power panic, so I have a cheaper power supply. I don't have to get the specialty fans as well, which I'll order. I guess I'll order some more of these because now I'm going to have 3 printers that use these and no spares. So I'm going to order some more of these Sun-On 5-volt fans. But it's pretty good, I think. I think that's everything. And I'm only missing 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. That's not too bad. I can start building this Monday if I want. I can definitely get the frame done. That's not a problem. I just don't know if I want to or not. But I can start it. At least if I start it, I just need to make space on a shelf. So Megatron's on a shelf. I've got some bins down there right there. Those are test prints for some of the printers that I'm working on. And I just need to move those up here, I guess. Then if I build a frame, I can put the Bear down there. Yeah, because I'm running out of printer space again. I need to get rid of some more printers. It's tough though, because I've gotten really to like some of my printers. It's just tough. So like the T4 Tornado, I haven't used that in a couple months now, but that machine just works well. But maybe it's time to put it out to pasture. I've had it for a long time. It served me well with a lot of projects. Maybe it's time to give that one out. I've been debating on getting rid of the Ender 3 and just keep the Ender 3 Pro. The Ender 3 has some upgrades to it. Not many, but some upgrades to it. But I do know someone here that wants to get a printer, and I could probably give him that one. But yeah, it's tough to decide. And I haven't used the Anycubic console in a year, but it prints so good when I use it. So again, it's just really hard to let some of them go, because once I power it up and I hit print, we're working. So the one that fell on me, matte finish on the solder mask. Others were glossy and they weren't. So I can't really see any. I mean, the solder trace definitely goes around it, and it's what I'm on the wrong mod. Freaky Friday. So you can see it does. Let me zoom. Can I zoom on? Ooh, let's see here. Okay, so it is matte around it, but there is a different coloration in the middle there. I'd hate to scratch to figure that out, but you can see obviously the traces go around it. It's matte colored, and then there's something in the middle. So maybe that is copper. Ryan, why are you so smart? Shush your face. I guess if I put it to there and it registers, then I know, right? But the MK3S is printing a super long print right now, but the clone is not. Let's stand by one. Let's see what happens here. Oh, you're not even plugged in, are you? That just moved you back. Get in there. It triggers on that point. I mean, it also triggers on all the traces, but if I put it right over that, Yeah, there's definitely something there. So if I go beside it where there isn't a trace, yeah, there's definitely something in there. Good look, Ryan. Good look. Definitely something there. But again, time will tell. Hopefully that once this is done, I can recommend some of these parts. But I mean, I know I can recommend the board. I know the board works. But I guess we'll have to wait and see how that ends up working out well or not. I'm going to look at this other one here. So this one, yeah, this one looks like it has it, but again, I had to change the tolerance on it. I would love to be able to use Prusa's firmware straight on it. And this one's definitely different. This one looks like it has nothing that's on Megatron. So the traces for the heater are very, very wide. I don't see any different coloration in the probe points, and this one has crappy magnets on it. So this might be a winner where that one is a total flop. And I wish you could. The only thing with AliExpress is you can't go back and view your history, like your older orders. I mean, I ordered that bed. I mean, a year ago, year and a half ago, but you can only see like the last, I don't know, month or two of delivered orders on AliExpress. You can't go back like a year ago. At least I can't figure it out. I don't know. I checked on the app. I checked on the website. I can't go back any further. So that kind of bugs me, but I mean, it is what it is. See how that goes. And I will need to figure out where I got. Let's go to DigiKey real quick and pull these up. DigiKey. So that's where I order my fans from. If nobody else has ever done that, but I like DigiKey. So we're gonna. This is the MF40 100 V1-1000U-G99. And there it is. So 5-volt DC. It is 8 CFM, and it is only 27 dBA, which is fantastic. You can see that right here. There's the noise right there. So these are good fans. They are $6 a piece. I'm going to get 3 more of them. I cannot best. I can't at all. So I wonder, can I see my old orders on DigiKey? Because I think I ordered the 5-volt fans from DigiKey. Orders? Let's see which these are. Oh, I gotta click on it that way. Click on it that way. I see what all I ordered. I don't think it was the most. It definitely wasn't the most recent one. So I didn't click on that one for a reason. That recent one was for some other 12-volt fans that I needed for other, or for just for 12-volt fans. Come on, DigiKey. Here we go. So this was just for. Oh, because I ordered 2 of those. So there's those ones that I ordered last time. And then this order here, it comes up. But I think we'll go ahead and start looking for fans, DC fans. We'll start digging down for those. Yeah, these are the other ones, the A99s. I really like these 2 here. Some Vapo bearings, they're good. So we need a 5 volts. We'll apply that now and drill that down. We need these to be blower. Apply. And these are going to be square rounded 50 50s. Apply filters. Maybe not. Maybe 5 minutes. It should be the square rounded 50 ones. See if there's a part number on these ones that I can read. I don't remember where I ordered these from. Oh God, I can't see that. The back side of these. XY J055. Okay. XY J055. 015H. 015H. Put the dash there. Okay, I'm getting nothing with that. So, do they have... Let's clear all those. Is there an XY series on DigiKey? I really don't remember where I bought them from. Maybe Amazon? 5V 5015? There's FiSec ones. It has a green label on it. I guess I could check my orders, right? 5015. I ordered them a month ago. I already ordered these. They're just not here yet. Oh yeah, it's with the M's. Oh, some of that order did come. I just got, oh, these will be here next week. Okay, I don't need to order these from them. I ended up ordering these FiSec ones right here. Yep, there it is, June 17th. Yeah, XYJ05, oh, 5S5. That's why nothing came up. 5S5. There it is. Yeah, I didn't get them off DigiKey. So either way, I have the FiSec 5V ones coming. So those will work. And I bought a pack. There are 2 pieces. Yeah, so I bought 2. Oh, they're cheaper now. That sucks. They're $3 cheaper now than they were when I bought them. Oh well. But yeah, so I did order those. They should be here very soon. Just track the package. Let's see, I left Miami 2 weeks ago. So yeah, should be here real soon. That also has new throats. That's the new throats that I ordered as well. So they could be here on this Monday. That would be cool. That'd be really cool. But I don't need to order the fan because those are coming. I still need to figure out cable wrap. I don't have any left, I don't think, from the BLV because I didn't use all of it there. But I'll find something for this one. And I might replace the, I'm still using my Mark 3S has the older cable wrap on it. And that one, the plastic cable wrap on the extruder. I do notice I had some wear on my heater cartridge, so I had to actually tape that. I'm going to go back and put some, next time I disassemble that, I'm going to put heat shrink tubing on it or just replace the heater cable because with the plastic wrap, it does wear. I don't know if that's a known issue with the Mark 3S or the Mark 3, but I should say Mark 3, yeah, because it's older. Now it only comes with the, they call it the textile sleeving, which is that fabric, which I really like. That's what Megatron has, and that is what my clone also has, the textile sleeving. It's just softer. It's not so abrasive on your cabling that's moving a lot. Like right now, my Mark 3S is printing a 15-hour print with the pallet. And that's taking, oh, shoot, how far are we in now? We are, I don't know how far we're in. Oh, we're an hour and 40 minutes in. We're still on the first color. We haven't done any color changes yet. We have 217 color changes to go. So that's going to take a minute. Now looking at this, we've got the fan sorted out. Again, the Pinda is coming. Again, that'll be here soonish. Not necessarily needed right now. Power supply, motors, cables, LCD knob. I will need to do, I like the spool holder that I have on the clone. It just goes into the 3030, but I did find a Bear spool holder that fits onto the 2020 profile for the Bears. So I might end up printing that again and putting on this printer. I like side mounted spools, and I like having the reverse Bowden tube. It just helps keep everything more in line. Especially just before having side mounted, needs to stay more in line. So I think that will be I'll end up going that route. Where's this screw from? Did I take a screw out of something? I don't remember now. Oh, this came out of the E3D parts. It's for those 30mm fans that no one ever uses anymore. I think I only have it on it's only on the Hypercube. I don't use those 30mm fans for anything anymore. So yeah, we'll just have to go to do that. Oh, I don't want to close that. I want to. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'll order those couple things. At least I can get most of the. I think I can get most of the build done with what I have. I think that'll be good. Get the frame built. Can do the full X-axis. Can do the full Z-axis. Just can't do any of the Y yet. But that's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, no big deal. The whole reason why I wanted to do this stream was to just actually go through part by part and make sure I have everything that's needed. And I do have some spares for some things and just don't have things at all. Because again, when I ordered these parts, I had that bed set aside for the Bear, but I ended up using it on Megatron instead. That was complete, and that bed as well was slated for that. So I knew when I ordered the bed anyways, because I knew that one sucked. So I already ordered the bed. But yeah, it just boggles my mind why I would do that. But I'll order that from Prusa since he ships really fast, and support him as I'm cloning half his project. You know, whatever. He doesn't care. It's open source for a reason. He's still getting filthy rich. Oh, for the what, like 100,000 printers he sold or something like that. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that'll be it then. I do have several other things I need to finish up on. I did get a few more parts. I think I only got the Wi-Fi cable or the Wi-Fi card for Master Crane here. So Master Crane is my scratch build for the contest, and I'm definitely seeing some deficiencies in it. I like it a lot, but definitely a few things that could use improvement because I cheaped out on it. Obviously, supposed to be as cheap as possible. But that's for another stream. I still need to finish the bed. I need to get the I didn't drill and cut out the cable mounts yet for the belt mounts. That's not ready yet, and the board. So I'm still waiting for the board to show up. I'm getting so angry. The board I'm hoping is here on Monday. I thought it was going to be here this past Monday, but because it made it to the States like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It still hasn't made it to me yet though, so that's a bummer. But I need that board in order to solve a few problems. I still have few little adjustment things I need to fix here and there. I still need to cut that bolt down. And try to make sure everything works and moves and does what it's supposed to. I might swap out that Z motor though. That Y motor with something smaller. I have a smaller motor for that. But someone's shooting fireworks off. That's another build for another day. Yeah, so I think this was fun. So you can kind of see, again, as Jesse was saying, how I organize my projects and how I kind of go through all of my BOM before starting a build. I really do try to do that and make sure that I have all the parts before I do a build, especially just sent a message about it. She asked if that's me making all the noise. Nope, that's fireworks. I'm not sure. I'm very sure. She's by the window. Just look out the window. Anyways, but yeah, I was saying, so at least you can kind of see how I organize things, how I go through the different builds. I have the Prusa build here. I also have the Bear build here with the BOM list for the Bear, just to ensure I have everything needed. But now knowing the few little things that I'm missing, it's good to have. So maybe Monday I will stream for the first build for this printer, and it's going to be we'll just do the frame because I know the frame is a bear, pun intended, I guess. It is a little time consuming to put together and make sure it's square. I didn't think the BLV was that hard, to be honest. I don't think this will be that hard either, but I've just heard it's a little bit on the difficult side, so I will allocate time. I think we'll do that Monday night. We'll come back and we'll do part 1 of this build right here on the table. I'll leave all these parts right here. I'll get these parts ordered tonight, and hopefully in the next few weeks they'll get here. I'm hoping mail starts kind of picking up. I highly doubt though, due to the pandemic. But some things are coming quicker. What did we order? We ordered a backpack for my son for school whenever that finally starts, since he's going into kindergarten, and that came really quick from Pottery Barn, like really quick. But yet there's things on Amazon like the fans for this I ordered over a month ago, and they're still not here. But yet things I ordered 2 or 3 weeks ago are already here. And this NZ board, this took 2.5 months to get to me. I ordered this in March, so just over 2 months for the NZ board, the build plate, and what else? The motors from Bisect. All of that took a while. Bear's no worse than the BLV. All right, good to know, Alan. Because I had no issues putting together the Megatron. I mean, and it prints perfectly square, and I thought that was very easy to put together. I didn't use a mechanics square or metalworker square, anything like that, and it's perfectly fine. So I don't know, but I think we'll do Monday night. We'll do the frame, and then on Friday night we'll do, I don't know, maybe the Z or X axis. We'll kind of do it part by part, how I did the BLV. We'll do that part by part. Megatron was just kind of like, I want to get it done, but we'll do it part by part, just so each stream is not like 7 hours long. Because I know some people don't like the really long streams, and I really don't like streaming for 5-6 hours at a time. I'd like to do 2-hour streams. Like this one we're approaching 2 hours now. I'm gonna get ready to end it here. But that's good. Oh, spacers. I don't have the spacers for the bed. I'll see if I have 9. I do have other spacers that are a little bit bigger. If I have 9, I'll use those, but I need to verify that. But again, I'll keep thinking about it. If someone out there is watching this stream and they're like, hey, Shane, you didn't think about this, please throw a comment down in the comment section of the live stream, or you can hit me up in the Discord. So the Discord's down below. That's where myself and a ton of other people talk about all kinds of 3D printers, builds people are doing, custom builds are doing. The challenge is still running. Got a little less than a month left on the design challenge. That's why I want to get mine done. I'm doing mine as a physical build. I know Aaron is doing his physical build. A few other people are doing it, but a lot of people are doing just the 3D model. I'd like to keep it to August 1st, but again, due to the pandemic, I thought 2 months would be long enough to order parts in. I'm starting to rethink that. We might need to go till September 1st, which is right around when school is going to start for everybody. And I think we might end up having to push that an extra 30 days, just so people who want to build for the challenge will be able to meet the timeline for that. But more on that later. Again, you want to talk about it, go on the Discord. If you guys want to help out the BLV build, the Bear build, my Prusa, my clone, all of that stuff has been funded by Patreon. So if you guys want to join the Patreons, go ahead down below. There's a link for that. And again, that is what powers all of these custom builds I can do, because I really can't afford to do this all the time and build all these printers I'm working on, as someone else has noticed that I'm building a lot of printers right now. I'm designing a lot of printers right now, and it's because patrons are helping out. So thank you to all of them out there, for any of them in the channel right now. Thanks for helping out with that. And yeah, we're gonna call that it. So I'll see you guys live Monday night, circa 8:30 or 9 Eastern time. I think we'll do that once the kids get in bed and I get it all sorted. We'll go ahead and we'll start this build. So everyone have a good night. Happy printing. Wash your hands. See y'all Monday.